Morning. I'd like to call this special town council meeting of Tuesday, August 6, 2024 to order. Can I have a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
We've got a first and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Tommy, if you could go ahead and pull down the agenda. Meeting of Tuesday, August 6, 2020. Thank you. Mr. Coltrane, if you could do a quick review of the town of Hilton Head Island Municipal Code Section 7-7-20.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Mayor, members of council, and all other folks on. 7720 of the Municipal Code authorizes the mayor to declare a state of emergency in the town when there is an emergency that threatens or endangers lives and property. Typically, and that is done by a public proclamation by the mayor, which happened on yesterday. That followed the declaration of a state of emergency by the governor for the state, and then the following of a declaration of a state of emergency by Beaufort County. What the state of emergency does is it organizes the town and allows it to then focus its resources on dealing with the matters at hand that may be brought on by the state of emergency. 7740 requires the town council to meet within 12 hours after the mayor has made the declaration of the state of emergency, which you all are doing now. But in any event, so 7720 does authorize the mayor to issue the declaration. The mayor has done so, and council has now met its obligation by convening this meeting.
All right. Thank you, Curtis. Mr. Orlando, if you will talk about the declaration of the state and what it means and what it puts us in the ability to do.
Sure. Well, not to get into the ordinance provisions, I would lean on Curtis for that. What it really allows us to do is be reimbursed for the work we're doing after the fact. It also allows you as mayor to enact any certain contract that you may need along the way, as well as to declare really to our community from a perspective of state of emergency that we are on call, we are on standby, and that our emergency operations center is activated.
All right, thank you. Chief and Mr. Dunn, if you would take a moment to kind of provide an update as to, hang on one second, I've got a call coming in. Let me get rid of that. Hang on, I'm trying to get back here. All right. So, Chief and Mr. Dunn, if you would talk about what has transpired over the past 24 to 36 hours.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council, Mr. Orlando. Just for the record, Tom Dunn, Emergency Manager. As you can see, we're in the Emergency Operations Center. We've been open and fully functioned since yesterday morning. A lot of work has gone on ahead of that, but the EOC officially opened yesterday morning. To this point, Fire Rescue has responded to 15 downed trees, one in a structure that's actually going on right now. Handful of power outages. Palmetto Electric had roughly 5,700 customers out last night. All that has been restored. And as of 8:30, they had about 200 customers without power and crews on site. From a stormwater perspective, the stormwater staff is very pleased with how our stormwater system has handled the storm thus far. They've continued to work with our partners to lower lagoons and make sure we have the capacity for additional water. They have staff in the field right now that are continuing to monitor our pumps and make sure all the systems are working well, in addition to cleaning drains and making sure that the water is flowing. In addition, Fire Rescue has upstaffed the engines and medics, as well as put three boat crews and float and cut crews in place. From a rainfall total, we're about 10 inches roughly in rainfall over the last 24 hours based on our gauges. So that concludes my report, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Chief, do you have any report?
No, just to reassure everyone that we're here ready to respond, and we'll take care of whatever comes our way.
Okay, thank you. Just so council is aware, we've been having calls every morning at 8:30 with the folks from EOC to understand what has transpired, what is going on, and what's going to happen. So, and that includes a plethora of people to make certain that information is disseminated to the public. So they're doing a wonderful job. I will ask if council has any questions or comments at this point in time. Mr. Stanford.
Thank you. Chief, have there been any injuries associated with the storm?
No, I'm not aware of any storm-related injuries. I mean, we were running our typical medical calls as we do every day, but nothing storm-related at this time.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Other comments or questions? Mr. Alfred.
Have there been any ponding on any of the roads, such as there was apparently yesterday at 170 and 278?
Yes, sir. We've had some localized flooding of our roadways in the usual spots, like Tom alluded to. Stormwater has been out addressing those through yesterday and actually through last night as well. But we did have some isolated flooding, but nothing that we couldn't get through, and we actually had no road closures on Hilton Head yesterday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Others? Ms. Bryson.
Yes, first of all, thank you to all the team. We really appreciate y'all. I know you're there and on the spot, and I'm glad to hear the stormwater system so far is holding up. That's good news. The structure, the tree on the structure, any injuries there that we know of?
No, ma'am. The business is closed today. It is a tree leaning on the roof with a little bit of damage, and our building officials are on site at this time assessing it.
Great, great. And the last thing, Mayor, is there anything that any other assistance you need from the town council that we can help out with, other than stay out of the way?
Not at this point. I think the Carolyn and Renata are doing a great job communicating. Tom is doing a great job of putting out the information that he receives from the National Weather Service. So when you see it on social media, share it. Make certain that it gets disseminated.
And Mark, the new dashboard I just saw on my HHI, I think that's going to be very helpful. Hopefully we won't have a lot of use of it, but I think that was a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Yep, Ms. Becker.
Thank you. Well, first of all, again, thank you to everyone who's been working so hard to make sure that information has been out. As I was reposting things, I noticed that there were so many posts coming in that I seem to be in the way. So you guys have done a great job keeping everyone informed. What is it that you project for the next day or two coming forward?
Sure. Our concern right now is the storm, the speed of it. It's going very, very slow. We're still in that 6 to 10 inches of rainfall over the next day and a half, and of course that could adjust. And then we're still in the window for potentially tropical storm force winds, which is above 36 miles an hour. So we're not out of the woods yet. So we still expect some additional rain coming in the next 24 to 48 hours.
Anything like what we saw yesterday, or just tapering off?
We could actually see what we saw yesterday again later this afternoon and into this evening for sure.
Okay, thank you for that. And again, thank you for everything. In terms of stormwater, I just wanted to mention my appreciation that some of the areas along the coast here were really closely watched. I do know of a few instances where we had substantial buildup of water, and when I went out and took a walk to look at, or quick drive to look at some things, those are highlights that I'll pass on to Mark and staff for the future. But everyone did a great job so far, and looking forward to this being behind us.
All right, thank you. Mr. Brown.
I don't
Mr.
have
Brown?
anything, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
Well, I'm out driving around checking things out, so that's why you can't see me.
Mr. Brown, we've told everybody to stay home.
Yeah, well, I started getting a couple calls, so I had to go see. But I've already passed that stuff over to Mark. So, no, great job, everybody. Really appreciate the effort that everybody's putting in, and it'll be behind us soon.
Yes, yeah. All right. So one last suggestion I just thought of for council. You all have your own contacts lists. If you want to email out to them directly some updates, update of this meeting as to what's transpired, I think that is good public information to put out there. So you might want to think about that. Other than that, I thank you all for getting on the call this morning, and for all of y'all's efforts as well. And Tom and Chief. Oh, Mark. Yep. Yes, sir.
If I could just say one thing. One, thank you very much, Mayor Perry, to you for your constant support and involvement along the way. Here's one example as well. Councilman Brown this morning sent me a photo and a quick text of water pooling in a parking lot, and our staff was out there and on it immediately. So to all the town council members, I know you're doing that and keeping me informed. I just want to say thank you to every one of you. Send me text. Keep pushing out if you can that My HHI app. That's the dashboard Ms. Bryson alluded to earlier. Those are immediately addressed and immediately recorded and inputted into our system from the community. So thanks to all. Just I'm a text away. So if you see something, don't just assume we know about it. Tell me about it. Okay.
All right. Thank you. And if I can do anything for any of y'all, let me know as well. At this point, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And a second. So you all stay safe, and we will see each other soon.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Thanks.